Holler is intended for mature audiences only, so your mom is definitely invited. Sometimes controversial, always engaging. It's the podcast that lets your voice be heard. It's the podcast that shouts you out. It's time to holler. Can you dig it?
If I could eat a unicorn one day through a Pop-Tart.
I like toaster strudels.
You like the jizzy part?
Yeah, I like the way it explodes
You
in
like
my
it?
mouth. And to swallow it down, oh my God.
Your tweets, snaps, Facebook comments, and even phone calls. Holler any way you want.
They used to give kids opiates to keep them quiet.
This is much less offensive than that.
JD, Brian, and Gracie. Holler at your boys and a girl.
Boom, and just like that, we're back. What is up, Holler Nation? We are happy to be here with you. You know what? This day, or this evening, I should say, started off like really chaotic here locally. We had this like crazy storm roll through. It happened right during rush hour traffic. I got trapped in it. Gracie, were you trapped in that?
I was trapped at work.
You were trapped at work. Jason, were you trapped in the chaotic storm?
No, I was sitting in the record store when it came down.
Nice. Well, see, things are good. Things are good
Also
your way,
trapped
but
at work.
some of us were not so lucky. But nonetheless, here we are now. The weather has been wonky this week. It's back and forth, back and forth. For those that are tuning in outside of our local region, because Jason, we've got people from everywhere tuning in. We're coming live from Huntington, West Virginia. This is where we do Holler. It's the podcast that shouts you out. We're going to talk to a guest here in a second. We're going to talk to Holler Nation. But first, Gracie, what's up your way? How you doing?
Oh, just living the dream over here and
Just
good
full
old
of pep in life, huh?
I've been re-watching, as Brian liked to state earlier in the pregame, Harry Potter. So I'm all right.
Yeah, we were having fun chatting movies in the pregame, and we're definitely going to go there for the show. I've got a few things to ask our guests here about that, but more on that in a second. Without further ado, we've got Jason Beater. He's the man behind Oscar's Burgers, Orbit's Records, 1861 Public House. Man, that's a good little background that we've got going on there, man. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great. Thank you all for having me.
Dude, thank you for taking the time. I don't actually know how you have time to do this. I was thinking this earlier. I was like, I'm so excited to have you on here and to talk to you about this, but where do you find the time to balance all this stuff, man? Because I feel busy myself. How do you do this?
I've managed to put together a pretty solid team that allows me to get away at this point for the most part. So they're holding it down so I can come and do fun stuff like this.
Now, see, that's the answer of a true leader right there, because that's the truth, man. If you don't have a team behind you, this isn't anything that you're doing, man. I mean, it sounds like common sense, but easier said than done, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's hard, but once you find them, you do your best to hang on to them because they keep moving forward. So
Holler Nation already getting rowdy out there. We've got Kaiser. He says Jason Beater is a wizard. and I agree.
But he's never seen Harry Potter. So
I've never seen Harry Potter.
He's called out already. So Jason, we're 3 minutes into the show and already called out on Harry Potter.
Yep.
Should we go Lord of the Rings?
Sorry.
Throw them all.
Welcome to Holler. I'm going to talk shit to you probably.
Yeah, that's fine. Bring it on.
Welcome to Holler, the podcast that calls you out and shouts you out all at the same time. God, I tell you what, Gracie, I have not even got this post shared yet for the live show. Those that are just listening on Spotify and things like that, we do all this on the fly here. I'm trying to get this shared to my Facebook wall. I want to get as many people in here live. Of course, you can always listen to us later. Like I said, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere the podcasts are downloaded. That's where the show goes. Officialholler.com. Without further ado, let's talk about Camo Energy. We are proudly powered by Camo Energy. This is a local company that makes these little energy shots. And let me tell you, these things are delicious. They are zero sugar, zero carbs. They have all these great flavors like dragon fruit, but here's the newest one. It's called Rocket Pop, and they just now let us talk about this. This is their 4th of July flavor. This thing tastes like a melted bomb pop. It's my favorite one. How about you, Gracie?
It's pretty good. I like it. I would like it in a boozy slushy. That's what I think of whenever I think of that. Toss it in there, get your little alcohol, get your little energy, get your little slush.
But Camo Energy, man, they're really good people. Not only are they local for us here, but they are national. So everybody watching, we got Ryan Blatt out there. He says, "Let's chug a beer." Ryan, I didn't plan on chugging a beer to start the show, but dude, if that's what you want to do, man, I'm down. Gracie will have to hold it down for a second. I'll go grab one. I got this little fancy beer over here because I was trying to be fancy for Jason.
Oh, jeez,
he's got all the fancy selections. So I was trying to bring in like a mango sour over here. Like, hey man. Let's
got my Smirnoff pink lemonade.
Yeah. My Coke Zero.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I like to add to my whiskey, Jason. That's a good mix for me. That way I feel better about it. At least I'm not taking down all the sugar with it.
All the sugar with it.
Mm-hmm. But guys, we've got quite a few of you in here right now, and what I want you to do, if you would like to try some of this Camo Energy for free, we will mail this stuff to you for absolutely free. All you have to do is share this live video to your Facebook wall right now and then send us a DM that shows us that you've shared it. And you also have to send us your mailing address. So make sure you give us your mailing address so we know where to send these, and we will let you sample this stuff. You will get these things in the mail. We'll send you a couple flavors. We'll definitely give you a Rocket Pop. If you tuned in this episode, you're going to get one of the brand new ones. Like I said, Melted Bomb Pop. But they got all these delicious flavors. I can't say enough good things about Camo Energy. And like I said, we're proudly powered by them. We really appreciate them. You guys got to try this stuff. We got another Facebook user out there. This happened last week. But you know what? Horns up to whatever Facebook user is out there.
It's private. Jesse.
Is it Jesse again?
Jesse Lawrence.
Okay. We got Mel out here. Mel is a Holler Nation listener all the way from the West Coast. So the time is always different where she comes from. And Mel is a Camo Energy lover, so she needs to definitely get some camo. Mel, share this feed, send us a DM. You know the drill. We'll send you some camo. But you know what, guys? Before we get going anymore, we need to toast this thing off, kick this show off. So let me pull up a toast here, guys. If you're listening out there, everyone on the show, if you've got a drink, here we go. Let's kick this show off and get going. Let's meet Jason Beater here. All right, so for the Holler toast, here we go. All right, guys. I ate a kid's meal at Wendy's. His mom was furious.
Link up at officialholler.com.
Gracie's never impressed. This is why
I'm never impressed with your toasts. They're either too long or too lame.
You're right. There is no in between, and that's what I try to do. Jason Beater, how are you right now? Where are you podcasting from? Are you a Barbersville guy? That's where all your businesses are.
Yep, I live right here in Barbersville.
Barbersville, West Virginia. So shout out to Barbersville, shout out to Huntington, and shout out to everywhere else in Holler Nation. I know we've got some Texas listeners out there. We got some West Coast out there. Every now and then we go across the seas. We get Iceland in here. We get all kinds of interesting stuff. So you just never know, man. The internet's wild. But as we talked earlier, so you're the man behind Oscar's Burgers, Orbit's Records, and 1861 Public House. Now, that last one might be the least known of the three, in my opinion. Now, I obviously know what all three of them are, but right. 1861 Public House, let's just start with it. Tell us a little bit about this place.
Sure. It's a little bar, little neighborhood tap room. We decided to, believe it or not, it was the last one to open, but it was the second one to be planned. So it's just everything else kind of went first, and then it came last. The construction on that was quite the undertaking, but if you've been in there, you can see it turned out really nice. But it's just a little neighborhood bar. People like to come in, hang out, and have drinks. We've got a great cocktail menu. Sierra and Lacey, our bartender there, come up with amazing cocktails there. So they do all that and take care of that, and it's just, like I said, it's just a chill little bar in the middle of Barbersville.
And you can also like order these little custom pizzas in there, right? Like,
yeah. So everybody knows, obviously, Oscar's the restaurant is our main background, but we didn't want a restaurant. We wanted a bar, but we also wanted a reason for people to stick around and have another beer or two. So we decided to put, let's just do little 10-inch personal pizzas and just something to snack on. Well, shit, we made them too good, I guess, because people come there to get pizza now. We accidentally opened a pizza restaurant, which is great. Yeah. But we get great feedback on them. And like I said, people tell them to get the pizza as well as the beer and the cocktails.
That's the quote of the night right there. We accidentally opened up a pizza restaurant. I mean, that's true, man. I've been there a couple times now. That place is actually within walking distance of me, so I'm super, super lucky. I can walk to 2 of your places and drive really fast to finally Oscar's just right down the road. So I'm very lucky. But yeah, man, I got a pizza, and like you said, great cocktail choices. You got really experienced, good bartenders as well. And you know what? That's super important. That's underappreciated. So shout out to Sierra. I know that she's been a bartender around here for a while. Ryan Blatt out here in Holler Nation says 1861 is the freaking bomb. Parked at the State Farm is the best pizza. What's on that one? What's on that pizza?
That is the honey sriracha, chicken, and onion.
Oh.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Anything that can spice it up for me, man, I'm gonna go for every single time. So you start saying words like sriracha, I start salivating. I'm like, yeah. Gracie's gonna provide the links to these places, by the way, for everyone that's tuned in right now into the live chat right there. So she sent you the link to 1861. Marty Emerson, shout out. He says, love me some Oscars and 1861.
So let me tell you about Marty Emerson real quick.
Yeah, please do.
Marty is an integral part of the birth of Oscars. There's a history there. There was a restaurant that we were prior to Oscars that didn't work out, and it is what it is. So when we made the decision to become Oscars, Marty lent a hand. He offered advice. My oldest son, Lucas, he is the chef behind Oscars. He built that menu when he was 20 years old and perfected it. And Marty is one of the people who helped guide Lucas during that. So when we first opened Oscars, Marty was there when we fired the grill up, and he came in and he worked and helped Lucas. So a big shout out to Marty. He is always going to be a part of the Oscars family in one way or the other.
Well, that's a wonderful shout out. I've actually known Marty. Oddly enough, I've known Marty since middle school, so I've known him forever. Marty says Lucas is a great kid, so he's shouting out Lucas for you right back. But yeah, Marty, I wish I had his cooking skills. We play in an adult kickball league together. I don't know if you're aware of the kickball league, Jason, but Huntington has an adult kickball league. It's amazing. I mean, come on, drinks, kickball. You got to think, like, locally, we're really starting to put things together. We've got great places, like we just mentioned. We've got Oscar's Burgers. We've got our own little vinyl shop. We got this Orbitz Records. We just talked about 1861 Public House. We can play adult kickball and drink beer. I mean, come on, we're doing like really good locally, don't you?
It's all coming together, I think.
It finally is. And speaking of, I like to just meet people live on the show like this. Like, I met you briefly because we were a vendor at your first Orbitz record store day, which was amazing, by the way. And we would love to just keep being a vendor. But I met you very briefly, man. It was chaotic. We were both very busy that day setting up shop. Are you a local guy originally? Like, where are you from originally? What's your story?
I grew up in Huntington. We moved to Barboursville in 1990. So I was 14 years old. I was 14 when we moved to Barboursville from Huntington, and met some girl in junior high school, and 31 years later, we're still together. So
what a beautiful love story.
Yeah, so we're both from Barboursville, pretty much. We claim Barboursville as home. 2004, we moved to Milton, lived there. We moved back to Barboursville 2 years ago. So we've always been in the area.
Yeah, excellent. Now, why did I think, or maybe you can fill this in for me. There's something about the names of your shops, like Oscars, for example, and the orange theme. Isn't that Houston Astros theme or something? What's the story?
Orange and the blue? Absolutely, 100% is Houston Astros themed. Oscar was our dog. Oscar, he was a boxer, hence the logo. So he passed away the June prior to us opening Oscars, and when we were trying to decide what to name Oscars, that was just the logical choice.
No brainer. Absolutely. So, but the Houston Astros for you, this is just your favorite team growing up, or what's going on with that?
Favorite baseball team growing up.
Okay, gotcha. So if you're gonna pick like any of the major sports that you like follow, is baseball your thing?
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big NFL guy. I mean, I'll watch it. I tend to gravitate just following Marshall players that are in the league. And over the years, I've kind of grown fond of the Bengals. But overall, I'm not a big, huge NFL guy. I like college football and baseball. Those are my two.
I got you. I've got baseball on in the background as we speak, and the New York Yankees are playing the Red Sox right now. I'm not a fan of either one of those teams. I'm just kind of watching in the background, and the Yankees are kicking the shit out of Boston, and it's just they can just keep cranking them off the big green monster here as we speak. What do you think about? You got to have some kind of opinion. I'm going to press you on this. You got to have some kind of opinion on the whole Astros scandal and this whole banging on the trash can, electronic devices. What's the whole thought on that?
Dude, first off, everybody was doing it. Everybody. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody was doing it. They got ratted out by an ex-teammate and got caught. I mean, it is what it is. They proved that they can still win without doing it, and like they're doing right now. But they were all doing it, and they got caught. Stealing signs has been part of the game.
That's actually part of baseball. I mean, you literally can steal the signs. That's part of strategy of baseball. That's why you want to get to second base. People that don't follow this, why you want to get to second.
Yeah, but I do acknowledge they took it a little too far.
They went a little far.
A little extreme. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, technology. I mean, there were articles out prior to any of that with the Dodgers doing stuff, the Yankees doing stuff, the Red Sox doing stuff. They just didn't get caught.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's, I think, the best point that you make, and I can live with this actually. Altuve, Bregman, all those big names, they're still hitting exactly the same that they were before all that. They're pretty much unchanged. Altuve is having an amazing season, right? He's on a tear right now. So, hey, that being said, I can live with that. I think that we can live with that as a culture much better than the steroid era. That one stings a little bit more. I think the whole Astros thing stings a lot less. They're still ultra competitive. Every time I watch them, I think they're going to win, and everyone's still hitting for them. So, I can sleep with that one.
So when you say stealing signs, like the signs like the coaches say to like steal a base or whatever, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, or a pitch, like, you figure out what pitch they're going to throw, and you somehow relay that message to the guy at the plate. I mean, it happens all the way. I don't care what. I coached Little League. My son played baseball all the way up to the college level. They do it at every.
You're right, man. I remember stealing signs. I remember stealing signs in Little League.
We stole signs in Little League.
Yeah, we did.
Now you be prepared to pay the consequences if you get caught doing it,
right?
Because you're probably one of your batters is going to take one in the back. But I mean, that's part of it.
There's more baseball. Gracie's face over here is like, what's happening in baseball? There's
stealing
and hitting backs. What's happening?
I just wanted to make sure I was thinking the right thing. Okay. I'm not a big sports sports person, so I'm going to ask questions. I'm sorry.
You're all good, Gracie. So listen, we've got to
this camera.
Jason, we cannot leave our little interview here without talking movies for a second. And the reason I bring this up, I mean, I know we talked in pregame, and you said, and I'm going to just throw it out there because you're like, the guys beat me up, so let's beat you up again. You've never seen a Harry Potter, you've never seen a Lord of the Rings. Okay, so whatever. Those aside, I don't know you well enough, so I don't know the answer to this, but I was actually assuming if it's not you, it's somebody in your little circle is a movie buff, because when I go into Orbits, you guys have a very interesting little section of movies right there, and they look very hand selected. And I've never talked to anyone about this or asked why, but those look very picked out. So what's the story there?
That would be the lovely Adam Bearclaw.
That's his brainchild.
That is Adam's little part of the world, and it's great. I mean, it's actually turned me on to some things and broadened my horizons a little bit, reintroduced me to a lot of stuff that it's been years since I had seen it. So it's a fun little part of the record store. It's very cult. I mean, if you
Yep.
It's very niche, I guess, and cult, but it's great, and we have an audience for it. And Adam does a great job of curating that. I'll leave that pretty much up to him every now and then. Oh yeah, we got like you'll find Pulp Fiction or whatever. That was all me. I threw that in there, but
thank you for your contribution. Yes.
Yeah, but that's all Adam, and like I said, he curates the hell out of it. He puts thought into it, and it's great. People love it.
I love it. I went in there to just check out some used vinyl. That's what I was there for. And I'm a movie freak, man. So like I turn around and I start to look at this collection. I'm like, oh wait, this is certainly a hand selected collection here. I saw like Mandy, for example, which is a wild Nicolas Cage movie that just nobody knows about. Nobody knows about this movie. I own it. I'm looking at it over here on my stand, but I'm like, that's weird to see it like in a little local shop. So definitely shout out to your boy Adam. I think he's doing a good job.
Mandy, you bring that up. I think Mandy is actually his favorite movie.
No shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing.
But yeah, he's. We get people geeking out over that all the time, and we wanted to put movies that you weren't really going to expect to find anywhere at all in a shop in West Virginia. So I think he's done a great job with that.
Man, if we could just think of some kind of way, where we could have, I don't know, just one little space for a Holler movie, like the Holler movie of the month. We sure would love to spam that out. I would advertise the hell out of that. I'll send people right your way to Orbits. Go for the Holler film of the month. We'll work on the title of that.
We're only a text away.
So we're only a text away, and I've got some great ideas. After seeing his collection, I've got some great ideas. Ryan, sticking with us out there, says very wild shrooms, wild Mandy. Ryan, I'm surprised that you have seen Mandy. I've like very rarely run across someone that has seen that crazy ass movie, but yeah. So Orbits, you've heard it here. They've also got a little cult selection of movies. Now you guys have cassettes there now too, right?
A few. The cassettes are weird right now. There's a market for it, but just not around here, I don't think. We've got a few of the new release titles that they're putting back out on cassette. I've really not tried to bring any vintage cassettes or anything in. I might try that here in the coming weeks. We had actually discussed it the other day. We had someone ask about them, so I might give it a shot.
Yeah, I have both. I just like collecting the physical media on my stand over here that I'm looking at. I mean, I've definitely, vinyl is king. I've got most of it, but I definitely have like quite a few cassettes. I have quite a few CDs. And I find myself just like rebuying this shit that I already bought. I already bought this shit like 30 years ago and like lost it or sold it. And so now I'm just like, hey, I missed that CD. Even though I can stream it all on Spotify, I'm like, I got to rebuy it.
We actually had this discussion today. I mean, there's this whole resurgence of Metallica thanks to
Stranger Things,
which is great. I mean, we love seeing it. But, I mean, they've never really gone away. I mean, the Black Album has been. We were talking about the Black Album in particular today. Since it's been released, it's been the Billboard Top 40. It's never fallen off.
It's insanity.
How many times have you bought the Black Album? I've bought the cassette. I've bought the CD.
Right.
I've bought the vinyl. I don't think I've ever bought the digital download, but and multiple copies on CD, reissues, and things like that. So it's just yeah. I mean, people are finding stuff that they had forgotten about or lost, and we're here for it.
Do you have a preferred streaming service for your music?
I mean, God, I've got both. I mean, I've got the two biggies, Apple and Spotify. I tend to use Apple the most because my collection's uploaded to Apple as well, so it's just easier to toggle between the two. My collection and their collection, I guess. But if I'm sharing stuff with friends, most of them have Spotify, so I use Spotify then.
I got you. Out of the three biggies that we named, Oscars, Orbits, and 1861, I know this is gonna be a tough question for you, but like, is one closer to your heart than the other? Are you more proud of one of the three? I mean, I know that you're proud of all three, but is one your baby compared to the other?
Oh, Oscars, 100%. It's the reason I'm sitting here talking to you right now.
Yeah, man, I
firstborn.
remember when Oscars was just that little tiny place, and I don't know how many tables you had in there. It felt like
4.
5. It felt like you had 5 tables and a bar.
4 tables.
Right. And
4 tables and 13 bar seats.
4 tables. And so my parents and I discovered Oscars like really early on. And so we loved it. And then after like 3 times going there, the word started to spread, and we would get there and there'd be a small line because there was only 4 tables in there. And we were like, fuck it, we're going to wait. And we would wait. And sometimes we would find ourselves at the bar. My parents and I, we would never sit at the bar and eat a meal, not us as a family together. I mean, I would do that any day, but like, we did that at Oscars. And so then whenever you moved into a bigger location, we were just so amped. And, you know, it's kind of scary. Sometimes that doesn't work out for restaurants, but boy,
it was terrifying. I mean, it was evident immediately that, like, I don't want to say pessimistic. I was going into the whole Oscars thing. I was like, I'd had such a bad experience with the previous thing that we were involved in. I was just kind of one of them deals. Hey, I want to break even and get the hell out.
Right.
And, but then here I've got this 20-year-old kid, my son, and he's just like balls to the wall, gung ho. This is going to, Dad, this place is going to be killer. He said, trust me. He goes, and from the second we mentioned that, he believed that this thing was going to be something great. So we just pounded away, and I'll never forget when we opened. We tried. Waiting on licenses, so we're adding piece by piece, and then once we finally had the first day that it was all breakfast, burgers, and brews all in one together, I'll never forget it. The day shift was me and my sister Sarah up front, Lucas and his 2 friends working in the back, and then Sarah had to leave that afternoon, and my wife came in, so then it was me and my wife, and we got destroyed. And it was like we said in the evening, it was. Holy shit! Yeah, Marty was there. He was there in that morning, and we sat there that evening. We're like, "Holy shit! What is this?" So I don't know what we did. We just we took the mindset we're going to do what we like, and hopefully everybody else likes it too. And I guess they did. So we
love it.
And the big thing for us was to never just get there and say, all right, we figured it out. I mean, we still haven't figured it out. We're still every single day trying to figure out how can we make this better? What can we do to make this better? I mean, we're a restaurant. We're going to screw up. I mean, it happens. Just tell us when we do. Don't go blast us all over the internet. But the big thing, the mindset we like to take is just keep improving, stay fresh, and keep putting it back into the business and growing. And thankfully it grew to within 2 years. We moved to the bigger spot. It allowed us to open 3 more businesses. Sadly, one of those businesses we put a stop to a few months ago, but it's allowed us to build other ones up here that are thriving in Barbersville.
I know you're like, I was kind of thinking about that. It's like, you're like kind of quietly, and it's not even, I don't know that you don't strike me as the type that was like going out to conquer the area, but you're becoming like this little, kind of like this king of Barbersville, man. You're kind of like
not
opening up a spot here and there. We should put a king hat on you, dude.
No, not at all. It's not just me. I mean, I've got a great support system. I mean, again, Lucas, my oldest son, he's my right-hand man. I've got my youngest son, Noah, who goes to Marshall. He is a manager for me at Oscars as well.
Cool.
I've got a great my manager, Marshall. I've got a great manager there at Oscars. And then you come outside of there, you've got over at 1861, I've got Sierra there. And, of course, Lucas helps run that. Then the record store, I put in there's a lot of passion in the record store too. Don't get me wrong. But I got Adam there. Adam, I can walk away and know that I don't have to worry about a thing. And then my wife. I mean, she's my support system outside of there. She's what keeps me sane. So it takes a lot, and I don't want to be. I just want to make this a cool place to live. And if I can be a small part of it, that's what I want to do.
Absolutely. Ryan out there says, just keep doing what you're doing and giving back to Barbersville. Ryan's a Barbersville guy as well. We're all living in Barbersville, and I'll tell you what, man, you really are. You're making it a better place. We got Sam Hodge out there going back and forth with Ryan Blatt in the Holler chat. Lindsay Marshall, Holler Nation, what is up? Good to see you.
Hey, wait a minute. Sam should be making pizzas right now.
Wait a second, Sam. Jason says, back on the line, son. Amazing. Hey, you were mentioning breakfast earlier. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I didn't eat breakfast.
Do you ever eat breakfast?
The breakfast is the most important meal of the day, sir.
It is, but coffee. I mean, that's my breakfast typically. About 4 or 5 cups of black coffee. I did eat breakfast at Oscar's yesterday, though. I had a breakfast.
Man, them chicken and waffles. Oh, I'm just.
Yeah, I had a breakfast.
Right. Will you be there tomorrow morning? Because I think I'm going to Oscar's for breakfast. Now that you mention it.
Patrick out there says, I will take any out-of-town friends to Oscar's for biscuits and gravy all the time. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Patrick.
The day of my wedding, I got all of my girls together and we went and ate brunch at Oscar's before my wedding.
See, just look, there are humans on this earth because of Oscars. It blows my mind. There is a couple, they are in, I believe it's Point Pleasant. They're up in that area. So I was at Oscars one day and they said, Jason, you have to come out on the patio. There are people out there that just got Oscars tattoos. I was like, what? I thought I was the only person that had an Oscars tattoo. I go out and sure enough, there's this married couple who have Oscars tattoos. Their very first date was at the old Oscars.
Holy shit.
And then now they have kids. So there are humans on this planet because of Oscars. Crazy.
I feel like you had to staff that meal. You had to staff that one when you went out there.
They left. I think they left with some cool merch. I don't know. Yeah. I'm very bad about giving food away for free. So
okay, I got you.
For some reason, in my mind, I'd rather give you a free T-shirt than a free hamburger. I don't know what it is.
I like it.
I wear an extra large.
Yeah, right. Ryan Blatt out there says, I've actually met them. Cool. So, yeah, we'll have to meet these Point Pleasant Oscars tattoo people. Now, listen, I've got more questions for Jason Beater here, and I know that Gracie does as well, but we've got a good little audience going on in Holler Nation right now. Let's give back to them. We want to give you guys a second chance, so we're going to let you double up. If you've already won some camo energy by simply sharing this live feed and DMing us, which you can still do, go ahead and do that. We're going to mail you some camo energy, but we're going to give you a second chance. We're going to play some Family Feud right in the middle of the show. Gracie's going to be our host. You ready, Gracie? Oh, hold on. We got more Holler Nation out there. Miranda says,
welcome to hell.
Miranda says, my dad is the pickiest eater ever. And I talked him into going to Oscars for his first time on Father's Day. Now that's the only place he wants to eat in Barbersville and Huntington.
Well, tell Dad I said thank you very much. That's awesome. I love it. That's what I like hearing. That and like the gentleman earlier said, the biggest compliment you can pay to me and Oscars is whenever I have friends or family in from out of town, I have to make sure I bring them to Oscars.
Yes.
There's no better compliment than that.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Like seriously, like I know we're just patting you on the back here, but you deserve it. Your team deserves it. Like you said, your circle deserves it. Like you guys are awesome. Where did Lucas get the before we play this Family Feud, by the way, guys, stick around. Where did Lucas get the inspiration for his menu, by the way?
So I used to work for State Electric out of Huntington, and I traveled a lot out of town. So when I was out of town, I would find myself drawn to burger joints, craft beer bars, and places like that, locally owned. I was super picky. I always wanted to go to locally owned independent restaurants. So when the time came and we sat down and he decided, hey, Dad, this is kind of what I want to do. I said, well, here's what I'm thinking. We just put it together and off we went.
Man, because it really is kind of a unique menu. I always told people from out of town, I liked traveling out of town. I'm talking like a decade and more longer ago, 15 years ago. I loved traveling out of town. One of my favorite little spots is Jack's Beach, Florida, like specifically Jack's Beach, not Jacksonville, because it's just such a cool little town with like places like Oscars and 1861 everywhere, by the way. But like, so when places like that came to this area, And places like Backyard, of course, and Peddler. These are all places that make me so proud, of this area.
They're great. They're
Feel
all
like
great. And like I said, always when it comes to places like us, I hate the word competition. I don't like chain restaurants. I mean, anybody who knows me, I make no bones about it. I don't like regional chains. I don't mind, like a Tudor's or a Giovanni's or things like that. That's unique to this area. That's okay to me. But I mean, the Longhorns and all that stuff, no. But when it comes to independents like us, Christopher's, Backyard, Peddler, Bonhoff, Black Sheep, Gumbo Stop, in all these cool little places that you have right around here now, they're not competition. We're work together. It's awesome when I walk into Bonhoff or I walk into Peddler and I see customers that I see regularly at Oscar's.
Yeah, good
That's
point.
how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to work. We're not supposed to be competing with you. None of us can get 100% of the business.
True.
So why not encourage each other, help each other? Say, hey, man, check out Christopher's down the street. Next time you're in Barboursville, if you can't make it here, check them out. Or when you're in Huntington, make sure you check out this place here.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? It's a beautiful thing.
You're beautiful.
Tiffany out there in Holler Nation says, Jason Beater is the man. Tell me why your uncle is cool enough to be on Holler, Hannah. And she tagged somebody. Sounds like your niece. Okay, guys, let's fire. We got to fire this again. We got to wake Holler Nation back up here. Holler Nation, it's your turn for a second. It's Family Feud time. This is where we're going to play Family Feud. We're looking for the number one answer. First one to 3 points is going to win the prize. It's going to be a Camo Energy giveaway, a variety pack giveaway. We'll cram a bunch of stuff into one envelope. We'll mail it to you. So make sure if you win, make sure you DM us your mailing address. But this is for everybody out there in the live chat right now. You got a chance to win this. First 1 to 3 points. Gracie is the scorekeeper. So don't get this confused. Yeah, go ahead, Gracie. Tell them what I'm going to say.
I am the judge, jury, and executioner.
Yes, just
I
like
like to say that. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Miranda says, me and my slow internet about to win.
What's up, Miranda?
Yeah, because I was going to say, everybody out there is ready. Let's go. Let's get Greta. What's up? There's some of my family in the chat. Greta, good to see you, cuz. Yeah, it may look like you got the answer first on your end. It's because your internet's a little bit faster on your end than everybody else. But you guys can guess as many times as you want. Number one answer takes the point. It's Family Feud time. Here we go. All right, guys, let's start easy. Name something in which size matters. Name something in which size matters. Number one answer. Going to take the point. Gracie, anything that you would like to plug or talk about in between, you have at it.
I don't know anything. I'm just kidding. Oh, Jesus. Just trying to open this drink.
Well, we've already got the number one answer in the chat. We go here.
Which is penis?
Number one answer, penis, which is
Jesse.
Which is Facebook user Jesse. Jesse, you're lucky that Gracie's got you straightened out over here.
That's my job. I'm just doing my daggone job, you guys.
Not to be confused with deer. That's a very West Virginia answer.
The size of their rack. I get
very
it.
West Virginia answer.
That was a very West Virginia answer. I liked it, though.
We also had shoes and burger. Also great answers. All great answers.
Burger.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. All right, next question here. When you lost your virginity, who's the first person you told?
Oh.
So,
Jason, when did you decide you wanted to open businesses? Like, what was that always your dream, or was it something that you were like, hey, I'm just going to give it a shot?
Yeah and no. I mean, it was, I'd always known that I wanted to work for myself, but I just didn't know what. And we bought into a small local franchise back in 2015 that probably tried to grow way too fast, and it didn't work out. I mean, it wasn't a good fit for us. It wasn't a good fit for the area. No fault of the owners of the original business. It just didn't work out. So, but by that point, we had bought into it and we believed in it. And once it became evident that it just wasn't going to do what we thought it was going to do, I had two choices. It was either walk away, file bankruptcy, and be done, or do a complete 180, change our concept, come up with our own concept, and see what happens. And here we are over 5 years later.
All right, guys, number one answer is in the chat. Gracie, number one answer on this one. Yeah, you might want to scroll up a little bit. Number one answer on this is going to be best friend.
Okay, so are we going friend or best friend?
We're going whoever said best friend first. We're going to be picky on this one.
Tiffany,
that was first on my end as well. Tiffany, what's up? You're on the scoreboard. Miranda told her mom first. I couldn't imagine losing my virginity and be like, Mom, guess who it is? It's your boy.
You're beautiful.
Amazing. Jesse told his dog, and he told his pastor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. Okay, next question here.
Heavens to Betsy. It's getting real weird in here.
Name something women do to try to make themselves look younger. Name something women do to try to make themselves look younger.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I don't know if, go ahead, Brian. Are you going to ask a question?
Yeah. Jason, what's the first CD that you ever purchased? Can you remember?
Oh, that's a good one.
With my own money?
Yeah.
Hold on.
This guy's gonna pull it out.
Pull it out.
Look at that.
Yes, I'm so excited.
The first actual CD that I can ever remember buying with my own money was Wrathchild America, Climbing the Walls. The first one that I ever received, my dad bought me my first CD player for Christmas, and he bought me the CD Slaughter, Stick It To You. I wasn't into Slaughter at all, but that was the first CD that technically I ever owned. But the first one that I bought with my money, that I can remember buying with my own money, was Wrathchild America, Climbing the Walls.
What year is that album, by the way?
1989.
Okay, 89. Shout out 89. Okay, so let's see here. For this question...
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm gonna need to you to tell me the answer. Do you see it?
I don't know if I see it yet. We've got some really good ones. Miranda says, I feel like we had the question last time. Well, how come I'm not seeing the answers then, Miranda?
Yeah, Miranda, what's the answer to the question?
The answer is still not in the chat. Name something that women do to make themselves look younger. It's not makeup. Makeup was number 2 on the list, by the way.
It's not even Botox. What?
Miranda says, go get yourself a younger boyfriend. That'll make you look younger.
It's not working for Brian.
I don't get a younger boyfriend, Gracie. That's not what I do.
He doesn't look any younger.
We'll give you guys 15 more seconds here, and then we'll just toss this question out. No, I'll tell you what.
Shave their chin. That's a good one. That's definitely the number one answer, right?
The answer is dye their hair. That's the number one answer.
We did have this one.
So we're going to accept the first person that mentioned hair, Gracie. Who is it on your end?
Oh God, hang on. Okay, wait, here we go. Push up, bro. I'm pretty sure it was Kaiser. He said new hair.
Kaiser on the board. So what's the scoreboard look like right now, Gracie?
Jesse, Tiffany, and Kaiser all have one.
Okay, one's across the board. We're going to keep this family feud going. That's what I like. We got competition out there. Tiffany gives you a good tip, a good pro tip. Preparation H around the eye. Not to be confused with Preparation H in the eye.
Heavens to Betsy's.
LaCandace says, I shave mine, and I'm not sure what she's talking about, but I did want to put that comment up on the screen. So that's how she makes herself look younger. Okay, let's find a new question here. Okay, here we go. Name an article of clothing you find attractive on a man. You should be good at this one, Gracie. Name an article of clothing. Gracie.
Anyway, I feel like this one's going to be quick.
Yeah,
what is your favorite movie? Huh?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's Brian's.
Goodfellas.
Classic answer.
I'm sure it has to be in here.
Okay, let's see here. I'm loving these answers, by the way. All the girls are just flying in with this. Yeah, the number one answer is in there. The number one answer is a suit, by the way. That's the most attractive.
I think it's Candy, right? Let me see.
That's who I see on mine. Yeah. Number one answer is suit. So LaCandace on the board. I do appreciate the shout outs from Miranda with backwards hat and tank top. But also shout out to Kayla Bell out there with the gray sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants.
We know where your head is at, Kayla Bell. We see what you're
doing.
I
was thinking underwear, so that's where my brain went. So
Speedo. I mean, just keep
okay. I can see that one also.
Ball shorts that are tight, says LaCandace. She already got the point though. Okay.
Oh gosh, it's getting real weird. Brian, come on. Everybody has 1 point.
Yeah, I'm trying over here. Hard. Blame Family Feud, not me.
Blaming you.
Okay, here we go. Name something you blow. That's the question. Name something you blow.
Oh, heavens.
I'm wondering if somebody's going to get that one. That's a weird.
Ryan,
what? Go ahead.
I was going to say it's your turn to ask a question if you want to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm on it. Okay, Jason, I got one for you. You said Oscar was your dog. He was a boxer. Well, who is Orbit?
He is our current dog. He is a little. We think he's Italian Greyhound and Chihuahua, but not.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How much does Orbit weigh?
Probably about 10 pounds.
Amazing.
Is Orbit around? Can you pick Orbit up and hold him to the camera?
Give me a minute.
Okay, we're bringing Orbit to the
love
chat.
to see the dog.
Now that was Gracie, that was the best question. This is why people out there, this is why we ask the good questions.
Yeah. Can you actually bring the dog?
You guys have seen the decal of Orbit on the window. Now you're going to see, you're going to physically see.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. We could just close the podcast after this. Actually, it's all we
honestly, yeah, we're done. Sorry, nobody wins Family Feud. We're seeing the dog and leaving.
We could have offered the interview just to Orbit. Actually, like this would have been like a successful podcast.
So hyped that he's bringing the dog. Brian, do you see the answer?
I do actually. The number one answer is balloons. Balloons are the number one thing that you blow.
Balloons.
The second number one was bubbles. That was the second answer. Oh my! Ryan. Look at this. Pause the show. Pause the show.
Oh.
It's Orbit, guys. If you're in the record shop, this is your boy right here. Look at this.
I'm so happy. I really.
How old is Orbit?
He is 4, maybe 4, 5.
He's a baby.
Do you think he knows he's famous?
He's such a baby.
Yeah, he's a baby. He's a baby.
Thank you so much for bringing Orbit on the show. We were just saying we could have just interviewed Orbit for this, and everything would have been like honestly. Cool. Gracie, who got the point for that one?
Ryan Blatt.
Ryan got the point. So now, what's the scoreboard looking like?
Literally everybody has 1 point.
Oh my God, everybody still has one. You guys are crazy out there, Holler Nation. This is wild. This is gonna be the longest Family Feud ever. I'm glad. This is cool.
All right, B-Ball, waiting on your question.
Ooh, this is kind of a tough one. Let's see if anyone can get this one. It's a toughie. Name something that gets hard over time. Gracie, take it easy out there.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna be straight up with you, Jason. So I drive past Orbits to get to Brian's house. Just be driving. I'm telling you, for the longest time, I thought Orbits because I saw your little dog face on the window. I was like, I wonder what kind of pet place that is.
Yeah, so we get that a lot.
Yep.
We will be addressing that soon. There'll be a new. We're not ever changing the logo. We'll never get rid of that, but there will be something that will definitely let you know that it is a record store.
Is it going to be an enormous
record store, not a pet place?
Is it going to be a building size vinyl record that spins in circles? Because that's probably what I would imagine.
Like the Frost Top root beer.
Right, except it's a vinyl.
That'd be cool. It won't be quite that extravagant.
Oh, okay.
It'll definitely let you know that it's a.
that was our guess. Well, I'll tell you what. Whenever you break out the new logo, we'll shout it out on here for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But she's right. Gracie's right. I've had multiple people ask me, "What's that pet store on the corner again?" And I'm like, "No, guys, that's a record store. Orbit is the dog." I understood right away. Anyway, Gracie, number one answer. Let's see if it's in the chat here, because I think that people aren't going to get this one. They've got some really good guesses out there, actually. I don't think anyone's going to get this one, man. So the number one answer isn't out there yet. I'm going to say the question again in case you missed it. Name something that gets hard over time. We'll give you guys like 10 more seconds here to try to get this. You got good. It's not cement. It's not concrete. It's not glue. And it's also not your boyfriend's penis, which has been two or three of the guesses so far. Tiffany says bubble gum. It's not that. Patrick says paint. It's not that.
Exercise.
Exercise is the number two answer. That was a really good guess by Ryan. It's number two. We purposely asked a hard question. Some of these are runaways. That's not a runaway right there. Okay, guys, we're going to toss that question out. So scratch that. The number one answer was bread.
Bread?
Number one answer. That's
a
weird.
Jail time. Oh, my God.
Those are great. These are great guesses. We're gonna give her a shout out.
That's a good answer.
Bettina says jail time. Okay.
Bread.
All right, here we go. Looking for the number one answer. Name something with which people snuggle. Name something with which people snuggle.
Snuggle.
What do people snuggle? Chris out there says, "What the hell?" I'm with you, Chris. That was a weird question. That's why we asked it.
You've got mail.
You got mail, by the way. Jason, did you ever have an AOL account?
I never did. I
What?
was an internet relay chat guy. So
okay.
I had all of the chats. I had Yahoo, I had AOL, and I had the flower, the
ICQ.
Yeah.
807-299. I still remember my ICQ number.
Okay, that's insanity. That's insanity, man.
He whips out his very first CD he ever bought. Yeah. Then he remembers his ICQ number.
I go, see, 19. Well, that'd have been 95.
That's
96.
crazy. You're going to be the first person I've ever ran into in my life that whips the ICQ number out. I love it, though. I respect that. I respect. Okay, the number one answer is in the chat.
It's a 6-digit number, so I was in early.
Okay. Number one answer is in the chat, Gracie. The number one answer is pillow. That's the number one thing that people snuggle is pillow.
Hang on. I think it's Greta Marshall.
Yeah, I got it right here as well. Greta on the board with pillow. Gracie, does anyone have two yet?
No one has two. They all have one.
This is insanity. The whole show is just going to be Family Feud. Jason, sometimes this lasts like 3 minutes, and this is just going to be the whole show. It's Family Feud, which is fine, by the way. Okay, here we go.
Someone said your dad, Brian.
This is going to be Bettina out there with all the great answers. Here we go. This should be an easy one. Here's a softball. Name something that would be nice to come home to. Name something that would be nice to come home to. Jason, if you had to choose a beach or a cabin getaway.
Oh, beach, 100%.
Do you have a favorite beach?
We really like Anna Maria Island in Florida.
What's that near?
South of Tampa. in
Okay.
St. Pete. So Holmes Beach specifically, there's multiple beaches on the island, but Holmes Beach is our favorite.
Gotcha. Gracie, the number one answer is in the chat. It's dinner.
Pretty sure it was. So wait, are we saying food or specifically dinner?
We're gonna say dinner specifically.
Okay, Tiffany.
Tiffany takes the point.
We finally have someone with 2.
Not to be confused with coming home to the classic BJ, says Jesse, aka Facebook user.
I like Christina's answer, sexy pool boy.
I love coming home to a sexy pool boy every day.
Brian, you would.
Kaiser with the classic, just come home to a beer. That's exactly what I did today, Kaiser.
Oh heavens!
Let's see here. All right, next question. Looking for the number one answer. Gracie, do we have somebody with 2 on the board?
Tiffany.
Tiffany could win it right here, guys. Holler Nation, you guys got a blocker. Here we go. This could be it. This could be it, Tiffany. Here you go. Name something that takes endurance. What's something that takes endurance?
Dealing with this bullshit. Jason, build your perfect burger, please. And thank you.
Oh, that's easy. It's an Oscar burger.
What comes on an Oscar burger? Tell us.
Please, somebody tell me.
Classic lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup. And your choice of cheese.
Very basic.
Truth be told, no. I like when I eat burgers. Like I judge a place on their mushroom Swiss. That's my favorite burgers are mushroom Swiss.
Okay, there you go.
So that's how I judge other restaurants on their burger.
Interesting.
That not that I go around comparing to ours, but that's if I want to know if a place has a good burger, I order a mushroom Swiss. Lucas, my son, he always gets black and blue, their version of a black and blue. So that's kind of his barometer on a good burger. And there's some good ones out there.
I'm with Tiffany out there. She likes to put A1 on hers. I do as well. That's like one of my favorite.
We use our mushroom Swiss at Oscar's. We call it A1As. That's been around in the family. My wife's brother Kenny would make A1As. It's just A1 sauce and mayonnaise mixed together. And
gotcha. Hey,
it's not quite A1As at Oscar's, but it's
okay.
Something similar.
Okay, I got you. Sorry, Tiffany, I misread that. Holler Nation, everybody is saying running, and let me be clear. It's more specific than just running, so we can't accept running. Actually, running is the number 2 answer. Name something that takes endurance. I need you guys to be more specific than just the word running. Think about that. Miranda says, no, Jason, the Scour burger is the best. That's her favorite one. It's got like the chili on it. She likes to get fries on the side and then turn them into like chili cheese fries with all the mess that burger makes, which we all know it makes sense.
That's definitely a knife and fork burger.
It definitely is, no doubt. Okay, we finally got the number 1 answer in there. The number 1 answer is marathon.
Now
they're flying in.
I know. So we have long distance running. Are we specifically?
We're not taking it. We're taking marathon only.
Are you being so specific?
Because running was on there. Yeah. So Patrick with marathon running, and I think let me scroll back up here and see if he's the one that said this. No, he wasn't. I was gonna say somebody said triathlon like right out of the gates. Jesse said triathlon. I was like, damn, that's really close, but that ain't it, man. It's marathon. All good answers though. Okay, so does Patrick have 2 now as well?
No, he only has 1.
Oh my God, another one with 1. You guys are crazy.
Come on, get it together.
This is definitely the world record for a Family Feud on Holler, no doubt. This is fun. Let me find you another good one here. Okay, here we go. Name something that you would like to be known for. What's something that you would like to be known for?
I like the Mastodon burger, by the way, because I love eggs on my burger. I think they're so yummy. They're my fave.
I do. The Macedon, I think, is like my go-to as well, Gracie, for the same exact reason. I like a good fried egg on there.
Yep. I order
Is that weird to you, Jason? You like to drop a fried egg on there or no? Are you afraid to say that because you own the place?
Kind of gave me a look.
No, I love it. I love an egg on there.
Oh, yeah. That sounds really convincing. Sure.
No, I really do.
Okay.
Now, of our burgers that have the egg, I like the Macedon. I like the clutch one a little more.
Okay. Gracie, number one answer is in the chat. People would like to be known for kindness. So kindness or being kind.
Greta was the first one to say.
Yeah. Let me get her answer on here. Greta's on the board.
She has 2.
Uh-oh.
Greta and Tiffany have 2, and everybody else has 1.
So Greta, Tiffany with 2, and everyone else 1. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, man. We've got an easy one here. So who's going to type it the fastest? Here we go. Name a way to pass the time on a long flight. Name a way to pass the time on a long flight. Who is going to get that one first? That's an easy one. I tell you what, my new favorite way is going to be to take my Nintendo Switch OLED. That thing is the shit. Like to pull that off and use it in handheld mode. Holy shit. Jason, were you a video game guy growing up ever as a kid?
A little bit. Atari, and then, of course, Nintendo. It was all over. Nintendo came out.
What was your favorite Nintendo game, like NES?
I mean, any of the Mario sequels, 2 or 3, those were good. What was the one? Castlevania.
Yeah, that's a biggie. That's a lot of people's favorites. My favorite is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Yeah, that, and then the Contra.
Oh man, Contra. That's another top 5 of mine for sure.
And then what was the RC car game? Shit.
Well, I don't know. I'm getting that confused with Sega. Came out with a game called Off Road after that, and that was kind of like that. And I really liked Off Road. I can't remember what the RC car was. Hey, Gracie, number one answer is in the chat, of course, and it is sleep. That's how you pass time on a flight.
I'm pretty sure it was Patrick all the way at the top because I figured that was the number one answer, so I made sure.
Yes, it is Patrick way up there. So 2. What, does he have 2 now?
Yes.
Oh my God, the game continues. This is crazy. I'm burning through the whole stack of Family Feud cards. I'm going to go buy more. This is crazy. Okay, that one's done.
RC Pro-Am.
RC Pro-Am, yep.
And I own that. I've got that on the shelf in there. I just forgot the name of it.
Wow, Brian.
PlayStation. I mean, the first generation of PlayStation, first Xbox. But then that's about where I fell off.
Yeah. They started to get too many buttons, too much strategy.
Yeah, I dug the Dreamcast.
Yep. Okay, here's a good food question for you guys. Number one answer takes it. Holler Nation, y'all are wild tonight. Name something you usually only eat on special occasions. Name something that you usually only eat on special occasions. I just did this. I just ate this for a special occasion.
You've got mail. Boom shakalaka!
There's some NBA Jam. Can't forget about that game.
Mm-mm.
Jason, my favorite retro video game console is the Nintendo 64. I'm a big Mario Kart guy and all the other games on the 64, and I actually own the entire N64 collection, which is damn near impossible to do. Well, it's not impossible. It is very expensive, and me and my dad, it's a me and my dad thing. We started our collection years ago because it's just what I grew up playing as a kid, and luckily, we had most of it collected, including the expensive ones at the time. After this whole price gouging COVID situation happened where the price on everything in the world went up, now it's worth like 5, 6, 10 times what it was when we first bought all the stuff. I mean, dude, there are Nintendo 64 games that are worth like $10,000 each by themselves. And I've got I've got the whole collection. The Nintendo 64 is the only console that came out with like a collectible range, in my opinion. There's only, as far as the Nintendo goes, there's only 295 games total on the N64. Whereas like regular NES has like 1,000 games or something. I mean, it's really hard to collect 1,000 games. It's not impossible, but really hard. Okay, number one answers in the chat. Name something that you eat on special occasions. Number one answer is cake.
Tiffany. Hallelujah. We have a winner.
Tiffany. Let's see what other people said. You know what? This was a great guess by Greta. Number two was lobster, by the way. Someone said ham. And of course, it's Holler. So someone said pussy. It's Holler.
Honestly.
Well, you know what? Tiffany? Congratulations. We're gonna send you some camo energy if you want it. And Tiffany, I think you know how to get in touch with us. So get in touch. The camo complete energy pack is yours. Gracie, how about we're just totally backwards this show. How about we go on to a little bit of this, Gracie?
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. My money long, my wits grown.
Guys, head on over to camoenergyshots.com if you want to purchase these energy shots that we keep talking about. Trust me on these two flavors, Rocket Pop and Dragon Fruit. These are my two favorite flavors.
The dragon fruit has to be super cold.
I like to make all of them cold. I put these things in my fridge. These are absolutely delicious. And, I was talking to Jason in the pregame. This is a locally owned company, and I just would like to find some way to get this in these little places here and there. These are so delicious. I'll get you some samples, Jason. Definitely get these to like your guys cooking on the line. They need to get a camo energy shot for sure. We'll make sure they all get them. Because they're really tasty. Not like 5 Hour Energy that tastes like chemicals. These taste. They're very particular about their flavor profiles on camo. They won't shut up about flavor profiles, which is why they're doing these seasonal things like Rocket Pop, like the Melted Bomb Pop. Anyways, it's shots fired time. It's that part of the show where we fire a shot about something while we take a shot of something. Gracie, we're gonna let you go first.
I get to go first.
Yes.
Well, I have two. And the first one just happened. That literal round of Family Feud. I'm shooting my fires with that. Number one.
Okay.
Number two. Toilet paper holders in your bathroom. I had a roll of toilet paper and it wouldn't fit in my holder. It wouldn't spin. And it made me so angry.
Okay.
What are you doing? Just spin. You don't fit in there? Well, that's real annoying.
They're not making them like long enough from the wall, right?
No, it's just like this little metal hoop-de-whoop and then the little doohickeys there. It's just not big enough.
They got to make the thigh gap bigger on the TP holder.
The thigh gap is not big enough on my toilet paper holder, and it's real annoying, and I hate it. The little doohickey and doohickey.
Okay. We got you.
So no, I was asking if that's what he meant. That's what she said. Oh, that is what I said. Thank you for reiterating that. Annoying. I feel like they should all be universal size to fit the toilet paper. And that is it.
It's like the toilet paper grew faster than the toilet paper holders. They just couldn't keep up. Those two sides, they couldn't come to a mutual agreement. Therefore, TP, it just outgrew the holders. Understandable. Yeah. Shots fired, Gracie. Here's your shots. Get the fuck out of here. Miranda says, hey, Gracie, Charmin makes an extender. Are you fucking kidding me? They've thought of everything. And now, you know what? I'm already pissed now that I'm talking about TP and TP holders so much. I'm going to wake up tomorrow to like Amazon ads. And when I open my phone, like Facebook's going to be like, how about this Charmin extender, Brian? I'm like, not me. Gracie needs it. Don't punish me. I didn't do anything.
Send it.
All right. For my shots fired this week, I'm going to talk about, since we're so proud of everything locally that we're talking about, this was a good time to pull this one out, in my opinion. I would like to fire a shot at, this happens to a lot of people. They move out of this area. I'm talking about this area in particular because this is where I'm from. I'm from here, born and raised. I'm actually proudly from the Stend, Jason. I'm proudly from the west end of Huntington, and I shout it loud and proud because that's where you don't want to be from, quote unquote, but that's where I'm from, and I made it, and I'm a success story. So shout out to the Stend and all the Stenders out there that are listening. But, not shout out to people, shots fired at people who move from this area, and then it's like, they like to punch down on the area when they move away. I don't understand why they would do that. They might have been from here, born and raised, and suddenly they move away, and it's like what in their head they've become this better person. And maybe life is better. Maybe they have got a great job out of town, or they're just happier because they're closer to the ocean or something like that. But don't get on social media and make fun of Huntington every chance you get, or when Huntington floods or something goes wrong, type from your little safe area that you moved to and say, this is exactly why I moved. You see this? Fuck this place. Or like some, there's an OD in the paper, every day. And then someone's, tweeting from, 500 miles away, which is where they move. Hey guys, this is my hometown. This is why I moved away. Why are you guys punching down on this place? Like you just said, it's your hometown. You should be proud of the good things. They don't ever post about the good things. Where are their Oscars Burgers posts and their Orbitz Records posts? Where's the shout outs to Holler podcast that's doing so well? Where are these good shout outs from all these little local things? Don't punch down on the area that you move from. It's just really, really annoying to me. So shots fired at those people. Chris out there says 100% agree. Cheers to you, Chris. Chris, I'm not drinking whiskey tonight, which is a rarity because I've been going back and forth. So I'm just drinking beer tonight, but usually I am drinking whiskey. I was just talking to Chris about whiskey just the other day. Jason, shots fired. The floor is yours.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Oh, okay, since it's recent, how about I love Barbersville, love the area, but come on, fix what the power grid all of a sudden sucks. It's awful here. The wind blows and it rains and we lose power lately. So I had to go out. I had to bitch to Mayor Tatum about that. So not that he could do anything about it, but I can still bitch at him.
No, it's fair. It's a fair shots fired. I live in Barbersville, and I can say here was the worst thing that happened to me so far as the power grid. When that ice apocalypse hit, and I know that a lot of people's power went out, but holy shit, man. The really unlucky thing about my block, like my neighbors across the street had power and for days, and I didn't have power. I had to just abandon my house to survive. Me and my dog, I just packed my dog up, and we were like, we're just trying to live, man. So like,
yeah, was it 2 weeks ago? We had when the power was out, and again, this is first world problems here, but Orbitz had no power, so poor Adam was sitting over there in the heat and no lights. To his credit, he stayed open for a while, but right next door they had power, and 1861 had, like, everybody around him had power, but I guess I was on that little corner of the grid that didn't. So that's been, if I had to bitch about anything lately, it's our weakened power grid here all of a sudden.
I got you. All right, well, here's your shots, by the way, so there you go. I'll cheers to that. Facebook user, which is Jesse, by the way. Jesse says, what's with all the lunatics, like my wife, for example, getting the bathroom all wet after a shower? Just freaking dry off in the shower, lady. Shots fired at my own wife.
It's okay. I shot fires at my daughter the other day, so it's cool.
Fantastic. And just like that, that's the end of shots fired. Gracie, let's move on to our last segment. We have to shout out Holler Nation before we get out of here.
Oh my gosh, we've not done anything.
We haven't.
We're gonna do it really quick. Sorry, guys.
Well, we played Family Feud with them for an hour, for God's sakes. Jason, by the way, again, I'm going to mention this. How do you find time to do all this stuff? Thank you for sticking around for an hour with us on a goofy podcast. You're awesome, dude. Hell yeah.
Anytime.
Listen to all of our past episodes at officialholler.com.
Now, Gracie, I'm going to have you pull JD's poll up. Go to the Holler Live Facebook page. That's where the answers are rolling in. I will pull my poll answers up. So I'm also going to go to Holler Live, and I'm going to go specifically to my poll because we definitely got to shout out Holler Nation, who worked so hard all day long giving us awesome answers. And then we're going to get the hell out of here, guys. By the way, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys one more chance. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys one more chance to win Camo Energy. If you just now are tuning in and you haven't heard yet, if you will just share this live feed to your Facebook wall and send us a DM showing us that you shared it and send us your mailing address, we will mail you a variety pack with a couple of these flavors of Camo Energy. These things are delicious. This is not a gimmick.
JD Ryan.
What is it?
Ryan asked where JD was. I said monkeypox.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Ryan says, where's JD tonight? Yeah. Family stuff. Family comes first, Ryan, as you know. Ryan's a big family guy, and so JD's out. We can still run the show. We're good. Okay, so going to my poll question this evening. What's your favorite Little Debbie snack? Jason, do you have a favorite Little Debbie?
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
So do ding dongs count? Is that Little Debbie?
Are they Little Debbie?
Are those Hostess?
Little ding dongs are Hostess.
Okay, well, there's a story there. Like, my wife has a tattoo of an actual ding dong snack cake on her arm. So I would have to say, even though it's not Little Debbie, it'd be ding dong.
Shout out to ding dongs, then. You heard it here first. Gracie, Little Debbie?
The Nutty Bars, and you eat them row by row, or Swiss cake roll, and you like unfold it and eat it.
What are you talking about? Why are you deconstructing this little snack cake that takes like a second to eat? What is happening?
No, I just like to deconstruct snack cakes. Okay.
Somebody else said this in the chat. Mo Lutz says Nutty Buddies is her favorite Little Debbie, but she eats them layer by layer. Who are you people? What are you doing?
Best way to eat them.
What the hell is going on here?
It's so good. It tastes different.
Chad also says Nutty Bars, by the way. My answer is going to be Christmas tree cakes. And my argument with Christmas tree cakes, I'm pretty sure that they're just zebra cakes refashioned for Christmas time with like caramelized sugar sprinkles on it. I think that's all that Christmas tree cakes are. They're basically a zebra cake during the Christmas. I love the Christmas tree cakes.
Or the brownies.
Okay, Here we go. Oh yeah, the cosmic brownies, what you're talking about.
So good.
Okay, here we go. Here's Holler Nation. Kayla says, you can't make a fat girl pick a favorite. I'm stuck between Star Crunch, Boston cream roll, or jelly cream pies. Chris says Christmas cakes. Kate says peanut butter crunch bars, which I don't know if I've ever had these. What have you ever? Anybody ever had these peanut butter crunch bars?
Yes, they've
never had them.
A peanut butter crunch bar. Brian.
Shout out to Kate for providing a photo of that, by the way. Alan Brown, aka Corduroy Brown, he says Swiss cakes till the day I die. Matt Hutchison says fudge rounds or cosmic brownies, homie. Adam Hall, here's another one for Christmas tree cakes. Sophie says zebra cakes. Joe Weekly says zebra cakes, followed closely by Christmas trees. Loretta also gave us a picture. She says salted caramel.
Oh, interesting.
All those salted caramel cookie bars. They sound delicious. And you know Little Deb made them, so you know they're good. Corey says, depends on my mood, but it's either zebra cakes or fudge rounds. You guys ever put fudge rounds in the freezer? Like make them hard like an ice cream? They're good. I'm just saying. Lauren Bellamy says Christmas tree cakes. Dana says Star Crunch. Josh Dyer says fudge round or Swiss roll. And Miranda, who also provided us a photo, says frosted fudge cakes. Why has no one else mentioned these delicious frosted fudge cakes? And you know what? You're right.
Oh, those are good.
They're delicious. Hey, Gracie, do you pick these apart row by row? You fucking
because they have the chocolate. They're soft cakes.
Okay, well, move on to JD's poll. He asked a weird one today. What's up?
But wait, look in the chat. Look at Patrick's answer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I should have went to the chat here. Hold on. Kaiser says I prefer Big Deborah, not a Little Debbie. Greta says pumpkin spice cookies. Ryan says Star Crunch. Patrick says I deconstruct peanut butter bars when eating them. Who are you people?
Brian, you have to do it. It just tastes different.
Hey, Jason, do you pick your little snack cakes apart before you eat them, man?
No, I don't. Yeah. I'm not a big snack cake guy, but I don't. When I do eat them, I just eat them.
Okay, this is an important topic. Chris says, why are you covering up your sweet puppy? So, guys, as everyone usually knows, I've got little Serge Tankian right here beside me. His number one favorite thing besides his ball that I throw is to be underneath the cover. So while I'm podcasting, he's usually picking at me, Chris, and he's saying, put me under the covers, Dad. And so I just constantly keep covering him back up. If you get lucky before the end of the show, he might pop his head up like Orbit, and he might make an appearance. But you never know because he really likes to sleep. So he's just sleeping right now under the cover. Gracie, JD's poll tonight was what?
You are making a porno parody of a mainstream movie. What movie do you choose, and what is your parody style? What a solid poll for me to read off.
Absolutely.
I'm going to read Facebook first. Justin Gore says, Stranger Things ripoff, but the name is Tamer Things. Sorry. It's all very vanilla, softcore, Skinamax type of shit. I don't know how you guys read these answers with a straight face because I just get the giggles every time. Susan Gore, a.k.a. Clem, says Clerks, but it would be Cucks. Dante has to sit and watch his girlfriend sucks 37 dicks in a row in the parking lot of the Quick Stop.
Yeah, we're going to end with a bang, Jason. So just buckle up the seatbelt. Here we go.
Ferris Bueller's Day Getting Off. Just
That's a good one.
excuse me, that was Brian. Justin Murdoch, aka Tyler Ride, says The King's Peach. Ashton Riddle says Jaws, but with the same title, which kind of makes me nervous about that one. Jay Parade. Oh, Jay Parade. We've had them on the show.
What's up?
Yeah. Walk Hard, and then they changed it to Caw Card.
Okay.
Brian.
It's been
Brian Ball shows official Holler's tweet of 3 dildos outside Ebbing, Missouri.
That's a movie. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is a movie. Adam, our buddy Adam over here at Orbits would know that movie. So we changed 3 billboards to 3 dildos. That's it. I had to explain that. Sorry.
Victoria says Jurassic Fuck, which also makes me nervous about that one. Shannon says Wizard of Oz. Oh God, Real Genius with his hands. Kiss gang bangs. I could not get that out of my mouth. I'm sorry.
What?
Buffy the Vampire Layer. Reality Bites, but call it Reality Fucks You, which, yes.
Bettina out here in Holler Nation's got one. Instead of Top Gun, how about Top Cum?
Thank you for that. Thank you for making me stop saying these answers. Jacob McComas says The Godfather, but it's The Hogfather. That's a Christmas movie.
Hogfather. It sounds like he's used that before. I feel like he's talked about his Hogfather before. That's
already a Christmas movie.
Kaiser says Clifford the big red dong.
That's okay. Patrick says Trimmers, but keeping the same name. Rachel, hit the Rachel button.
Oh yeah, we gotta give Rachel a shout out.
Rachel!
This is for Rachel.
Okay.
Dr. Strangelove and the Multi-Dong of Madness.
I love that one. That's a great answer. Chad in Holler Nation says, instead of Edward Scissorhands, Edward Dildo Hands. Could you imagine?
All right. So, wait. There is an Edward Penis Hands. It exists.
Jason perks up for that one.
That's how I know, but it exists.
Edward Penis Hands.
Sophie says Field of Dicks, and Corey says Homeward Bound, and that's all he said. So now it's everybody else's turn. So I'm going to go first because I just had to read all of those answers. So I get to go first. And mine is going to be Forrest Hump.
That's a good
You're
one.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Everybody else's turn because I'm all done.
Miranda says, Edward Dildo Hands, that sounds like fun. Well, Miranda, you're one click away from Edward Penis Hands. You heard it here first. Jason, would you like to contribute to this before I go on?
Please, God.
Oh, God.
Right, the question you didn't see coming. The question you didn't see coming tonight.
Star Wars?
Star Whores? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'm sure that exists somewhere.
Honestly, probably does.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we came to that together. Star Whores it is. And they can make many of those. You're right. So, okay, Gracie, I'm glad you asked. I made a small list here.
I'm not shocked.
Okay, you know the movie A League of Their Own? It's girl softball players. We could do something with that. So how about we call it A League of Their Own? Hard ball and hard dick. Choice number 1. Next choice. You fan of the Hobbit movies, Gracie? Let's go with The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey with Dildo Baggins. And I bet that exists, actually.
I'm sure it also does. I'm not Googling these, though, so just know that.
How about Avatar? Well, you've seen Avatar. How about Avatar, Intergalactic Bukkake?
Jesus.
Gracie, I'm so excited to say the last one. I'm a big Batman fan.
Get me out of here. I'm all done.
I'm a big Batman fan. So I really like The Dark Knight. We all like the Joker. So how about The Dark Knight, Pounded in Clowntown? Thank you for letting me say all these. Jesus.
Can we please be done?
We can. I'm glad everyone out there is enjoying this. Guys, go to camoenergyshots.com. Buy these energy shots. Jason Beater, final shout outs. Is there any websites or anything about any of your businesses that you would like to shout out now? The floor is yours.
Sure. Obviously, check out OscarsBBB.com. Orbits Record Shop, that's orbitsrecords.com. 1861, that site isn't up, but you can hit it up on Facebook, 1861 Public House. All of our Facebook pages were super easy to find. Better yet, just come into any of them and say hi in person.
Absolutely. I think you're right, man. Just go experience these places. People that are not local, man, if you're ever in town, remember these 3 places and remember the guy behind it. He just spent all this time with us, all his valuable time to have fun with us. Jason, I hope you had fun. We would like to get you back once a year. That would be cool. And if you wouldn't mind having us back as a vendor on Record Store Day, man, we would really appreciate that.
Yeah, stay tuned. There's not just Record Store Day. There's some other things in the works. We'll get in touch about those things. But there's going to be some really cool shit happening in Barbersville over the course of the next year.
Yes, that's what we like to hear. We can air horn to that. All right, guys, I'm going to smash a bunch of buttons, and we're going to get the hell out of here. Chris out there says, thank you, Jason, by the way. And, of course, Jesse comes in last minute and says, Home Alone 2, lost in new thoughts. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the madness. I'm going to smash a bunch of buttons when we get out of here.
Chill it out. Outside taste freeze.
We can bring it down the floor. Oh,
All right, guys, we are Holler Nation. We will see you guys later. We'll catch you at the next shows of Holler Live. See you there.
Yeah.